So you're Eric Barnes, right? And it's Core Water Company. But man, Eric, you have the coolest bottle I've ever seen. And what's neat about that, though, is you're going to get rid of all this bottled water that they pay, millions or billions of dollars for. Tell us about that thing.
Yeah, no, that's right. So, we're trying to what we call kill bottled water.
Kill, great.
Kill it. 30 years ago, bottled water didn't exist, and now it's here in the U.S. a $10 billion moral hazard that we kind of take for granted. We go to the grocery store, we pick up water, we take it home, and don't even think about sort of the energy and the cost that went into bringing that water to the shelves, and then what happens to those bottles afterwards. So, our goal is actually to address the issue, because we think now more than ever there are solutions that are even better.
But solutions, I think the problem's getting worse. I mean, more and more countries, or even us, are getting a water shortage, it seems, too, which is, just going to be a big issue. But you're really into, to me, it's the design aspects of what you did. I mean, this is just the coolest container, I've ever seen in the world. I mean, I don't want to carry those things I get at Walmart or the grocery store. I want your thing, guy. So how did you get? I mean, you've been starting other businesses, and why did you choose Kickstarter? Because you know enough people. You seem wired enough. You've had other big hotshot jobs to get money for a venture like this. Why do you use Kickstarter to help you?
Kickstarter was something that we were aware of, but really didn't understand, and I think as more people have become aware of what Kickstarter is, it's really that it's the right business model, because for what we do, we spend a lot of time thinking through design and innovation, and we've made bottles before that we want to use, and so we're kind of like a design studio, and we put all this effort into it, and there's always a great story that when it gets in the hands of a customer, they're really excited and they want to learn more. And I think, the model of trying to go raise a bunch of money and then go make a product and then show it to someone once you're all done and not know whether or not they're going to like it is really, that's considered normal. But Kickstarter is really the new normal. And that platform allowed us to sort of make a video about our product, which isn't finished yet. We had a lot of ideas. We were able to put that together and show it to people. We have a goal of what we need to raise, and the great thing is, we're either going to succeed or fail. But if we fail, we've really succeeded, because we'll find out before we spend a lot more, money, other people's money, that was the wrong idea. So it's really been, I think, for us, just incredible in terms of getting out there, talking, figuring out this product.
No, I mean, what amazes me is that you know sources of other money, but still went to Kickstarter to do this because it just makes more sense for you, right?
On so many levels.
Yeah. And what the other aspect of that you did, I mean, every time you're taking somebody's money, you have a relationship, you have to please those people. There's the bottle, folks. There it is. Isn't that sexy, man? Look at that thing. Yeah. And actually the top, I mean, show the top, because that's a cool thing that, you don't have to worry about that getting dirty, right? And it's a one flick with your finger, and you just flick it up, and it's there. There it is. Yeah, and it's there. So you could do it. So it must be great exercising or whatever, all with one hand, get a swig. I run every morning. That would be great.
Yeah. Well, and the great thing about this bottle is we've done reusable bottles before. So we try using design to create a product that looks every bit as good as a Voss or Fiji bottle, or, bottled water is so sexy. And they talk about the stories from where the water came, around the world. Half of it's typically municipal tap water. And, people are attracted to that. So we made reusable bottles that were very beautiful, but they assumed that you had access to clean filtered water. And a lot of places now we do. You can go to the gym and at the office and at the home. A lot of people put the filters. But there are a lot of times when we're held hostage to bottled water, and no one hasn't had that experience. You go to the airport and they say, dump out your bottled water.
Exactly. Yeah.
And they're waiting there to charge you another $4 to buy a bottle of water. It's the same in a hotel. Charge this.
So the container's okay going through the airport, is it?
Yeah, that's right.
It just can't have water in it, right?
Exactly.
Right.
So this is a filtered bottle, and essentially you can take this. We call this sort of like a water warrior bottle because I'm not hostage anymore to bottled water. I can take this to the airport, go through screening on the other side, use a regular water fountain. Yeah. I can go into the bathroom in the men's room and fill it up, and the coconut carbon filter is going to filter all the taste and odor and chlorine and all the things that we don't like about tap water right out. So now,
and that filter is a renewable source, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is. So we make it out of coconut shells that are actually turned into activated carbon, which is pretty cool.
Instead of what do they usually use, coal or something like that? Is that what they?
Yeah, there's different types of way of getting activated carbon. Coal's sometimes used, and then there's some various woods that are types of wood that could be used. But coconut is actually a growing trend, just because it's so great that once you convert it.
So this really isn't on the market yet, right? I mean, you're in your Kickstarter phrase, and by the way, I mean, as we're talking, you were hoping to get 50 grand. You're already almost up to 150 grand. Yeah. So how come you're so stupid? You don't know what to ask for. What is it with you?
Yeah. That's a great question. These Kickstarter and Indiegogo and these platforms, they're amazing because they get your product out there. And I think we looked at this and we said, okay, what is it going to take for us to complete this? I mean, realistically. And I think it was, we came up between 50 to 75. So we wanted to put a number that was really to fund the product.
It was about make sure it happened.
Yeah, make sure it happened. And I think as opposed to trying to go and raise more. Now, the fact we're raising more, we're not complaining. In fact, because the reality is we're raising the awareness on the issue. Yes. That's the other thing, is the issue is bottled water. And what we're saying is bottled water is not a bad thing. We were all, held captive to it because sometimes it's convenient. Going to 7-Eleven, you got to grab it, So what we're doing now with each sale is we're reaching another consumer that has said, this is pretty cool. Yeah. We still have to deliver that much more product, but what's awesome is now we can do so much more. And the other thing about Kickstarter is we've had 5 or 6 ideas come from our backers.
Already, you mean from Kickstarter? I mean, that tells you how to refine the product?
Totally.
Wow. I mean, I saw your design. I mean, you got some heavy dudes as a design team too that you're paying. You going to cut them off the payroll now? Oh, they're partners. I'm sorry.
Yeah, they're partners. They're the fun.
So you're really getting valuable information from these people, huh?
Totally. Yeah. I think when you tell your story on a platform like Kickstarter and you crowdfund, you're showing everything. Your warts. You're asking questions. Right. You don't have all the answers, and I think that's okay. 10, 20 years ago in business, you kind of look like a failure, an idiot, if you said, I want to get your input. This product's not done. But now I think consumers want to actually be part. I mean, this is better than reality TV.
Right.
If I sit at home as a consumer on Kickstarter,
right, I could be an investor and get the first bottle.
Yeah, can actually chime in, and the more interactive you are, which is, again, it's work, but it's fun work because now we're talking, we're doing video updates every day. We're talking, we're getting ideas about accessories, things that we hadn't thought about, and it'll be a better product because of that.
Wow. So if you want one of these bottles, when's delivery date you're looking at?
Well, we're hoping, as early as July. But
terrific. But you could order now, right, at a special discounted price, right? And you're throwing in steak knives?
Yeah. No, we probably get in trouble for that.
I see.
But they'll probably ship, I think our first reward ship date is in August. August, September. So it's a few months out because right now we're in the debugging phase. We haven't finished our tooling. We're still making parts. This filter housing, I'll show you. So There's a lot going on.
Ah, I see. Now
And there,
that I think you said on your site like every 3 months or something, or it lasts about a month or two. The filter.
yeah, on average, it'll last about 3 months.
Uh-huh.
And the cool thing is we're selling a product now that I can tell someone that buys bottled water that you're
Yeah.
going to save between $200 and $300
Wow.
if you buy this.
I mean, like if you're drinking like how much? A bottle a day kind of thing, or what?
Bottle a day,
A bottle a day is $300 a year?
$300 every 3 months.
Every 3 months, man. I just got a thing from my utility company. If you want to save $150 for the whole year, we'll come out and charge you $1 million or something like that. And here, $300 every 3 months.
Yeah.
Just for doing it. Jeez.
Yeah,
And
I
that's
mean,
just only one bottle a day? I mean, that seems like nothing to so many people.
totally. Because I mean,
God.
most families like mine, I
Yeah.
have two little girls, and they go to school and they take water
Yeah.
bottles.
Wow.
I make them take a reusable
I was going
bottle.
to say, they're not doing that anymore. They find the locks changed.
Well, yeah, a lot of kids. I mean, we fill them up at home with filtered water, but at school,
Yeah.
a lot of times they have water fountains, and people don't
Yeah.
want to touch those.
Right.
But they can take this to school now in
Yeah.
the hallway, fill it up all day long, and have great tasting water. So when you think about families that go to the grocery store and they bring home those packs of
Yeah. Oh,
bottled
God.
water, they rip them open. 4 out of 5 of those bottles go into a landfill.
Ah.
It's just the way our recycling
Yeah.
system works. Unfortunately, it's not people necessarily
Yeah.
just throwing them on the
Right.
street, but people aren't aware that
Yeah.
the way the industry is set up is just they don't find their way into the recycling bin.
No, that's understandable. I understand that. So if you want a bottle now, boy, you got to get it from Kickstarter to get it in there, and actually to be to give input to you guys before you go, to the factory and make all these things. And in August you'll be delivering, right? You'll be one of the first ones to get this cool bottle.
That's
and
right.
save $300 every couple of months. That's incredible.
Yeah, yeah.
More
it's
that's
an
a
easy
car
sell.
payment.
It's an easy stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing. Well, good for you. This is wonderful that you guys, and especially, I run into so many people on Kickstarters, like struggling entrepreneurs. And then, your background, you still see even more value from Kickstarter, than anything else. And your options are even bigger, and you're using this thing. I mean, that's what's so great.
Well, and that's what's great about Kickstarter is
Yeah.
it's a great leveling playing field.
Yeah.
We're on there with the mom and pop, the person that's
Right.
just starting with an idea out of their house,
Right.
to increasinging bigger companies
Yeah.
that are seeing this platform
Yeah,
to be
it's-
able to reach.
It's a cheap way to market, man.
It's great consumer research.
Yeah.
It's vetting sort of your idea. Is
Right.
it a good idea? How might you tune it?
Better than hiring some consultant for a couple $100,000, asking if they're ever going to, will this sell or not?
Yeah.
Put it on Kickstarter, find out.
Exactly. And I've seen videos. People take videos on there. Everything from like high-end production to
Yeah.
just an iPhone.
Yeah.
You can just take your little iPhone and shoot
Make
your
a
video,
video,
tell
right.
your story, and we've seen there's projects on there that have done extremely well.
Yeah. Oh, wonderful. You're a great guy, Eric, and you're trying to save the world. Somebody needs to save this place.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for everything you do.
I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.